Welcome to Quickie Tech. Let's get started. Lesson 3. Create cells and ranges. Learning objectives. In Lesson 2, we learned how to create and manage Microsoft Excel worksheets and workbooks. In this lesson, we will learn how to insert data, format cells, and order and group cells and ranges. Insert data into cells and ranges. Appending data to worksheets. Excel allows users to merge data from different worksheets into one using the Consolidate Data Wizard. This feature is especially handy if you need to manage data from different spreadsheets. You can easily use it to consolidate the data into one sheet. We will start by duplicating our sample workbook. The expense is for 2012, so save the file as Personal Details 2013 so that we will have 2 copies of the file. Now, change the date to 2013. Change the amount and the income. Now that we have 2 workbooks, one for 2012 and one for 2013, this is the step-by-step process of appending data to the worksheet. 1. Open the 2 workbooks and position your cursor on the cell you want to merge. 2. Click the File tab, then click New to create a blank worksheet. This is where we will keep the merged data. 3. Click the Data tab, then click Consolidate, as shown in the figure on the slide. The Consolidate Data dialog box will appear. 4. Click the Function drop-down box and then click Sum. 5. Click on the first workbook and then select the Income column. Do the same for the second workbook. Finally, in the reference box, and you will see the data show up in the blank workbook, as shown in the figure on your screen. Finding and replacing data. Excel has a great feature that will allow you to search and replace data while working on large worksheets. Using our sample file, we will use the Find and Replace command to find an item and then replace it with something else. Here is the step-by-step process. 1. Click on the Home tab. 2. Click on Find and Select command, as shown in the figure on your screen. 3. From the drop-down menu, click on Find. 4. The Find and Replace dialog box opens up as shown in the figure on your screen. Type the text you're looking for. Using our sample file, we will search for candy. 5. Click on the Replace button and type in the replacement word. In our sample, we will type sweet to replace candy. 6. Click Replace All. 7. A dialog box comes up informing you of the number of words that were found and replaced as shown in the figure on your screen. 8. Click Close on the dialog box. The text will be replaced. Copying and pasting data. You can copy content from one or more cells and paste it into other cells in the same worksheet or workbook. Using our sample file, we will copy the cells under the name column and paste it under column J. To do that, follow these steps. 1. Highlight the cells you want to copy. In our sample file, it will be column B, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click the Home tab, then click on Copy. 3. Click on column J. Now go back to the Home tab and click on Paste. The copied text is pasted into the designated column, as shown on your screen. Note, the shortcut key is Control-C for copy and Control-P for paste. Using the Autofill tool. The Autofill tool allows you to repeat the same text or number in specified locations. You can duplicate the same text, months, or days of the week. For example, using our file, we can decide to duplicate the last item on column B, i.e., house repairs. The following are the steps to do it. To duplicate the same text, 1. Click on the cell containing that text. 2. Place the cursor at the edge of the cell, and a plus sign will appear as shown on the figure on your screen. 3. Drag the plus sign down to the other cells on the row. The text will be duplicated in these cells. 4. The text is duplicated as shown in the figure on your screen. To autofill days or months into cells. 1. Type the first 2 days of the week in new cells, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Highlight the 2 cells and place your cursor at the edge until you see the plus sign. 3. Drag it down to complete it. Expanding data across columns. When you type long text into Excel, it normally spills over into the next column. You can correct this by using the Auto-Fit selection to expand the column so that it fits your text. Using our sample file, we will expand the column that we copied in the last exercise. You can see that the text is longer than the column, so let's correct it. Here are the steps you need to take. 1. Select the cells containing the text as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click the Home tab, then click Format. 3. A drop-down box appears. Click on Auto-Fit Column Width as shown in the figure on your screen. 4. The column will automatically expand to give more space to the text, as shown in the figure on your screen. Inserting and deleting cells. You can insert one or more cells and delete cells as you work with your worksheet. Using our sample file, let's add one new cell to the date column at the beginning of our worksheet and delete it afterwards. Here are the steps you need to take. 1. Click where you want to insert the cell. 2. On the Home tab, click Insert. 3. Click Insert Cells as shown in the figure on your screen. 4. An Insert dialog box appears as shown in the figure on your screen. It has 4 options: Shift Cells Right, Shift Cells Down, an entire row, and an entire column. Select the appropriate one. In our example, we will select Shift Cells Down. 5. This option will only insert a cell in the column as shown in the figure on your screen. If you want to insert an entire row or column, then select the option that will insert that for you. Deleting cells. 1. Using our sample file, we will delete the new cell we just inserted. To do that, select the cell. 2. Click the Home tab and click on Delete. 3. Click on Delete Cells as shown in the figure on your screen. 4. The Delete dialog box appears as shown in the figure on your screen. Click on the Shift Cells Up, and it will delete the cells and move the remaining cells upward. Format cells and ranges. Merging cells. You can merge 2 or more cells together to make it one. Using our sample file, let's create a new row on top of the document. Merge the cells and also give it a title. To do that, follow these steps. 1. Click on the first row, or Date. Click Insert, then click on Insert Row. 2. A new row is inserted as shown in the figure on your screen. Select the new row and give it a title. In this case, we can call it Personal Expense Details. 3. Click on the Home tab. Select Merge and Center as shown on your screen. 4. Select Merge and Center to join the rows together and center the text. You can also merge without centering if you wish. Modifying cell alignment and indentation. The indentation feature allows you to increase the content of the cell, moving it closer to the cell border, or to decrease the content of the cell and move it away from the cell border. Using our sample file, we are going to modify the indentation of the content of column B, Name. To do that, follow these steps. 1. Highlight the cells B1 to B7, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click on the Home tab, and then click on the icon as shown on your screen to increase or decrease the indent. We will use the Increase Indent button to move the text away from the border. 3. The result is shown on your screen. Changing font and font sizes. Microsoft Excel has different types of font, with the default being Calibri. But you can change the font to any style you want for your worksheet. Using our sample file, we will change the font on the worksheet. Step 1. Highlight the text. 2. On the Home tab, click on the Font box and pick any font from the drop-down list, and the text will change to the font you choose. Using Format Painter. The Format Painter button allows you to copy formatting from the current cell and use it for other cells. For example, if we format the text in the first column of our sample file to be bold and italic and with Arial black, we can then apply the same formatting to other rows and columns in the worksheet. These are the steps that you need to take. 1. We will, first of all, apply bold, italic, and Arial black to the first cell of the name column in our sample file. 2. Place your cursor in the cell you want to copy to another range of cells in the worksheet, as shown in the figure on your screen. 3. Click the Home tab, then select the Format Painter button. A plus with a paintbrush icon will appear. 4. Drag the paint pointer through the range of cells you want to format. In our sample file, we will drag the painter over the remaining cells in the name column. The formatting in the first cell will be reflected in the other cells of the column. Wrapping text within cells. When you have text that is too long to fit in a single cell, it will automatically spill over to other cells. You can correct this by wrapping the text to stay within a cell. In our sample file, type the following text into any blank cell. Quote-unquote, personal expense details. This crosses the other cell. You can correct it by following the processes below. 1. Click on the cell that contains the text as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click the Home tab, then click on Wrap Text, as shown on the screen. 3. The text readjusts itself within the cell. Applying number format. Microsoft Excel makes it possible for you to format your number in different ways. Here, we will apply a number format to our date column in the sample file. To do that, follow these steps. 1. Select the cells you want to format. Using our sample file, we will select the date column, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click on the Home tab, then click on the drop-down arrow next to the number format, as shown in the figure on your screen. 3. Select the formatting option of your choice. We will change the formatting to long date format, as shown on the screen. As you can see, the date format changed to the long date format. You can change the format of other numbers like currency, time, percentage, fractions, etc. Applying highlighting. Highlighting is used to draw attention to important cells on the worksheet. You can also use it as a reminder for something you later need to adjust or fix. Using our sample file, let's highlight the months that we have low bonus income. To do that, follow these steps. 1. Select the cells you want to apply the highlighting to. In our sample file, we will select cells F3 and F5 as they contain low bonuses. 2. Click on the Home tab. Then, click on the paint bucket icon and select the color of your choice as shown in the figure on your screen. We selected the red color for our sample file. Applying cell styles. Microsoft Excel has pre-designed cell styles that you can apply to cells in your worksheet. Using our sample file, we will apply a cell style to the header cells. Step 1. Select the cells that you want to apply style to, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click the Home tab, then click Cell Styles Command, as shown in the figure on your screen. 3. A drop-down list of different styles appears. Choose the pre-designed style of your choice. 4. The style will then be applied to the selected cells. Changing text to word art. You can add word art to your worksheets in Microsoft Excel. Using our sample file, we will add word art to the document. To do so, follow this step-by-step process. 1. Click the Insert tab, then click on Word Art. If you cannot find it in the ribbon, hold down the Alt key and press NW. The Word Art icon will appear as shown on your screen. 2. Pick the word art style you want applied to your text. Order and group cells in ranges. Applying conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is a unique Excel feature that allows you to format your cells using colors, icons, and data bars based on the content. This is especially useful to identify cell values easily in a large worksheet. To use this feature, you will need to create a conditional formatting rule. For instance, using our sample file income column, We can apply a color to all cells that have a value of less than 200. This will enable you to see the months with the lowest income at a glance. To do this, follow these steps. 1. Select the cells for conditional formatting as shown on your screen. 2. Click the Home tab, then click Conditional Formatting. The Conditional Formatting drop-down menu will appear. 3. Click on Highlight Cell Rules, then Less Than, as shown in the figure on your screen. 4. The Less Than dialog box will then appear as shown on your screen. Type the values into the box. In our case, we will type in 200. 5. Choose the formatting style from the drop-down menu. We will select Yellow Fill with dark yellow text. Click OK. 6. The conditional formatting will be applied to the cells selected. Inserting sparklines. Sparklines are tiny charts that show a visual representation of data. You can use them to show trends in a series of data. Using our sample file, we will insert sparklines at the end of the cells. To do this, we will use the amount and income columns. Here are the steps. 1. Select the cells you want to represent in the sparkline, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click the Insert tab, then select the sparkline of your choice. There are 3 types of sparklines: line, column, and win-loss, as shown in the figure on your screen. For our sample file, we will select Line Sparkline. 3. The Create Sparklines dialog box appears as shown in the figure on your screen. Choose where you want to place the sparklines. In our sample file, we will select D2 to D6. Click OK. 4. The sparklines show up in the designated locations as shown in the figure on your screen. Transposing columns and rows. The Transpose feature in Excel allows you to switch data from columns to rows and vice versa. Using our sample file, we will use the date, name, amount, and income columns and transpose them. Follow these steps. 1. Select the range of data to transpose as shown on your screen. 2. On the Home tab, click the down arrow button under the Paste command and select Paste Special as shown in the figure on your screen. 3. The Paste Special dialog box appears. Check the Transpose box and click on OK. 4. The rows will change to the column and the columns will change to the rows, as shown in the figure on your screen. Creating named ranges. Named ranges will allow you to select a group of cells and assign a descriptive name to it. This will help you to quickly locate cells that contain important information. It will also make it easy to print out these ranges of cells. There are a few rules that you must follow in assigning names to cell ranges. It must start with a letter, it cannot contain spaces, and it must not correspond to cell coordinates. Using our sample file, we will create a name for a range of cells. 1. Select the range of cells to name. In this case, we will select all the data in our sample worksheet. 2. Click the cell address of the current cell that shows up in the name box. 3. Type in the name for the range of cells in the name box. Next, on the drop-down menu, click on Go To, as shown in the figure on your screen. The Go To dialog box appears, showing you the named range of cells, as shown in the figure on your screen. Click on it and click OK. The cells will appear. Creating an outline. Excel allows you to outline your data by using the Auto Outline tool. When you outline your data, it will be easy to view in your report on a monthly or yearly basis. It allows you to group and summarize your data using different levels. This tool allows you to quickly understand a large amount of data. We will have to create another sample file to demonstrate this feature. Step 1. Select the data you want to outline. In this case, we will select our newly created data. 2. Click on the Data tab. 3. Select Group from the Outline group. 4. Click on Auto Outline from the drop-down list as shown in the figure on your screen. The data immediately segments into the levels as shown on your screen. Collapsing groups of data in outlines. You can collapse the groups of data that we just created using Auto Outline. This will enable you to view the data you want to see clearly. All you need is to click the minus sign as shown in the figure on your screen. The result is shown in the next figure. The items have been collapsed to show only the monthly totals and the headings. Inserting subtotals. You can sum up a column or a row by using the subtotal command. To demonstrate this, let's create another set of data in Sheet 2 of our new family budget file. To add subtotals to the data, follow these steps. 1. Select the data that you want to add subtotals to in the sheet, as shown in the figure on your screen. 2. Click the Data tab and select Subtotal Command, as shown in the figure on your screen. The Subtotal dialog box appears. In the At Each Change In box, click the column to subtotal. Using our data, we will select Region, as shown in the figure on your screen. 3. In the Use Function box, select Sum. 4. In the Add Subtotal To section, check the Region and Sales boxes. Then, click OK. The figure on your screen shows the subtotal for each region. What you have learned. In this lesson, you have learned all about creating cells and ranges. Now, you're ready to start your project for this tutorial. Quiz. 1. Highlight the steps involved in merging two worksheets from separate workbooks. A. In the employee workbook you created in Lesson 2, find and replace the names of two employees using the Search and Replace feature. B. How will you copy and paste data from one cell to another? C. Use the Autofill tool to create months of the year. D. Expand the columns of the employee records in your workbook. E. What are the steps you need to take to insert and delete cells in a worksheet? 2. Create a title for the employee records and merge its cells together. A. Change the font on the employee records worksheet. B. Apply bold, italic, and Arial black to one of the names of the employee's records, and use the Format Painter to apply the formatting to the rest of the names in the worksheet. C. How would you wrap text in a cell? D. Apply highlighting to the names of employees in the worksheet using the color blue. E. Outline the step-by-step process to apply cell styles in your employee records. 3. Apply conditional formatting to the employee records.